Type S plug fuses are often found in older residences and can become stuck due to corrosion and wear. The fuse sockets may also become dry and bare, making it hard to insert new fuses. Applying a small amount of silicone lubricant to the fuse and socket might seem to ease insertion and prevent further sticking. However, there are concerns regarding the safety and efficacy of using lubricants in electrical components. The 2003 National Electrical Code, or NEC, does not specifically address the use of lubricants in fuse holders. However, Article 110.3b states that electrical equipment must be installed and used according to any instructions included in the listing or labeling. The local jurisdiction might rule that both the lubricant and the fuse holder must be listed for use with lubricants. A major lubricant supplier may not respond to inquiries about using silicone lubricant in fuse holders. Given the lack of clear guidance and potential safety concerns, it is generally not recommended to use silicone lubricant to E-step plug fuses. There are some alternative solutions you can attempt. Firstly, gently pry the fuse. Use a small, non-conductive tool to carefully pry the fuse loose from the socket. Secondly, clean the fuse and socket. Use a soft cloth and rubbing alcohol to clean any corrosion or debris from the fuse and socket contacts. Thirdly, replace the fuse. Insert a new fuse and gently push it into the socket until it seats firmly. If the fuse still sticks, replace the fuse socket with a new one that is compatible with the fuse type and the existing wiring. Always turn off the power at the circuit breaker or fuse box before working on any electrical components. Wear appropriate personal protective equipment, such as gloves and safety glasses. If the fuse or socket is badly corroded or damaged, do not attempt to repair it yourself. Contact a qualified electrician. When dealing with electrical systems in older homes, safety is paramount. Fuses play a critical role in protecting circuits from overcurrents, and maintaining their integrity is essential. Over time, the contacts within fuse holders can corrode or become oxidized, leading to increased resistance and heat buildup. This can cause fuses to stick or even fail prematurely. Silicone lubricants are sometimes considered for reducing friction and preventing corrosion. However, their use in electrical applications requires careful consideration due to potential risks. The NEC provides guidelines for the proper installation and use of electrical equipment. While it may not explicitly prohibit the use of lubricants in fuse holders, it emphasizes the importance of following manufacturer instructions and ensuring compatibility between components. Local jurisdictions often have the authority to interpret and enforce the NEC, and their rulings may vary based on specific circumstances and concerns. Before applying any lubricant to electrical components, it's essential to consult with the local authority having jurisdiction or OJ to determine if it complies with local codes and regulations. Consulting with lubricant manufacturers can also provide valuable insights into the suitability of their products for electrical applications. They can offer technical data sheets and guidance on compatibility with different materials and operating conditions. If the local jurisdiction approves the use of lubricants, it's crucial to select a product specifically designed for electrical applications. These lubricants typically have properties that minimize the risk of electrical conductivity, prevent corrosion, and maintain stable performance over a wide temperature range. Before applying any lubricant, disconnect the power supply to the circuit and ensure that the fuse holder is clean and dry. Use a small amount of lubricant, applying it sparingly to the contacts within the fuse holder. Avoid over-lubrication, as excess lubricant can attract dust and debris, potentially leading to electrical problems. After applying the lubricant, inspect the fuse holder to ensure that the fuse seats properly and makes good contact with the terminals. Test the circuit to verify that it operates correctly and that there are no signs of overheating or other abnormalities. If the fuse holder continues to cause problems, consider replacing it with a new one that is compatible with the fuse type and the existing wiring. Ensure that the new fuse holder is properly rated for the circuit's voltage and current requirements. When replacing fuse holders, follow all applicable electrical codes and safety regulations. Disconnect the power supply to the circuit and use appropriate personal protective equipment such as gloves and safety glasses. If you are not comfortable working with electrical systems, it's best to hire a qualified electrician to perform the replacement. In addition to addressing stuck fuses, it's essential to inspect the entire electrical system in older homes for potential hazards. Look for signs of damaged wiring, loose connections, or outdated components. Consider upgrading the electrical system to meet modern safety standards, including installing arc fault circuit interrupters, or RFCIs, and ground fault circuit interrupters, or GFCIs, to protect against electrical fires and shocks. Educating homeowners about electrical safety is crucial for preventing accidents and injuries. Provide them with information on how to identify potential hazards, such as overloaded circuits or frayed wiring. Encourage them to have their electrical systems inspected regularly by a qualified electrician. By taking these precautions, you can ensure that older homes are safe and up to date with modern electrical standards. Remember, electrical work can be dangerous, so always prioritize safety and consult with qualified professionals when necessary. Understanding the characteristics of Type S fuses is crucial when dealing with electrical systems in older homes. Type S fuses are designed to provide overcurrent protection for branch circuits. They are specifically sized and designed to prevent the use of fuses with higher amp ratings than the circuit is intended to handle. This helps to ensure that the wiring and connected equipment are protected from damage due to excessive current flow. Type S fuses have a unique thread configuration that prevents them from being interchanged with standard Edison-based fuses. This design feature enhances safety by preventing homeowners from replacing blown fuses with fuses of incorrect amperage ratings. The amp rating of a Type S fuse is indicated by a number stamped in the fuse body. It's essential to use the correct amperage rating for the circuit to ensure proper protection. Using a fuse with a higher amp rating than the circuit is designed for can overload the wiring and lead to overheating, insulation damage, and even electrical fires. When replacing Type S fuses, it's important to match the new fuse with the existing fuse in terms of both type and amperage rating. Ensure that the fuse is properly seated in the fuse holder and that the contacts are clean and free from corrosion. Inspect the fuse holders regularly for signs of damage or wear. If the fuse holders are cracked, corroded, or otherwise damaged, they should be replaced to ensure proper electrical contact and safety. When working with Type S fuses, always follow safe electrical practices. Turn off the power to the circuit before removing or replacing fuses. Use insulated tools to handle fuses and fuse holders. Wear appropriate personal protective equipment, such as gloves and safety glasses. If you're not comfortable working with electrical systems, it's best to hire a qualified electrician to perform the work. They have the knowledge, skills, and tools to safely and correctly install and maintain Type S fuses and fuse holders. In addition to Type S fuses, other types of fuses may be found in older homes, such as cartridge fuses and time delay fuses. Each type of fuse has its own unique characteristics and applications. Cartridge fuses are typically used in higher amperage circuits, such as those that supply power to appliances or equipment. Time delay fuses are designed to withstand temporary overloads without blowing, making them suitable for circuits that power motors or other inductive loads. When replacing fuses, it's essential to use the correct type of fuse for the application. Using the wrong type of fuse can compromise the safety and performance of the electrical system. In older homes, the electrical systems may not meet modern safety standards. It's important to have the electrical system inspected by a qualified electrician to identify any potential hazards and make recommendations for upgrades or repairs. Upgrading the electrical system may involve replacing outdated wiring, installing new circuit breakers, and adding ground fault circuit interrupters, or GFCIs, to protect against electrical shocks. Modern electrical systems are designed to provide a higher level of safety and reliability than older systems. They also offer features such as arc fault circuit interrupters, or RFCIs, which can detect and interrupt electrical arcs before they can cause fires. By upgrading the electrical system in older homes, homeowners can improve the safety and comfort of their living spaces. They can also reduce the risk of electrical accidents and fires. When working with electrical systems in older homes, it's important to be aware of the potential for asbestos exposure. Asbestos was commonly used in building materials prior to the 1980s, including wiring, insulation, ceiling tiles, and flooring. If you suspect that asbestos-containing materials are present, take precautions to avoid disturbing them. Wear appropriate personal protective equipment, such as a respirator and disposable gloves. If you're not sure whether a material contains asbestos, have it tested by a qualified professional. Asbestos removal should only be performed by trained and certified asbestos abatement contractors. They have the knowledge, skills, and equipment to safely remove and dispose of asbestos-containing materials. In addition to asbestos, lead-based paint may also be present in older homes. Lead-based paint can pose a health hazard, especially to young children and pregnant women. If you suspect that lead-based paint is present, take precautions to avoid disturbing it. Wear appropriate personal protective equipment, such as a respirator and disposable gloves. If you are not sure whether a material contains lead-based paint, have it tested by a qualified professional. Lead-based paint removal should only be performed by trained and certified lead abatement contractors. They have the knowledge, skills, and equipment to safely remove and dispose of lead-based paint. When working in older homes, it's important to be aware of the potential for hidden hazards. Take the time to carefully inspect the work area before starting any work. Look for signs of damaged wiring, water leaks, or structural problems. If you encounter any unexpected problems, stop work and consult with a qualified professional. Electrical work can be dangerous, so always prioritize safety. Follow all applicable electrical codes and safety regulations. Use appropriate personal protective equipment. If you're not comfortable working with electrical systems, it's best to hire a qualified electrician to perform the work. They have the knowledge, skills, and tools to safely and correctly install and maintain electrical systems in older homes. When considering the use of lubricants on electrical components, especially in older homes with potentially degraded wiring and connections, it's important to understand the broader context of electrical safety and preventative maintenance. Lubricants might address the immediate issue of stuck fuses, but they don't solve underlying problems such as corrosion, loose connections, or outdated wiring. These issues can lead to more serious problems, including overheating, electrical fires, and equipment damage. A comprehensive approach to electrical safety in older homes should include a thorough inspection by a qualified electrician. This inspection should identify any potential hazards and recommend necessary repairs or upgrades. Some common issues found in older homes include outdated wiring that is not properly insulated, overloaded circuits that are drawing more current than they are designed to handle, and a lack of ground fault circuit interrupters, or GFCIs, in areas where water is present, such as bathrooms and kitchens. Replacing outdated wiring is often a necessary step in upgrading the electrical system. Older wiring may have deteriorated insulation, which can increase the risk of electrical shocks and fires. Modern wiring is more durable and has better insulation properties. Adding ground fault circuit interrupters, or GFCIs, is another important safety measure. GFCIs are designed to detect ground faults, which can occur when electricity leaks from a circuit to ground. When a ground fault is detected, the GFCI trips the circuit, cutting off the flow of electricity and preventing electrical shocks. Overloaded circuits can be addressed by adding new circuits or redistributing the electrical load. This may involve installing new circuit breakers or upgrading the service panel to accommodate the additional circuits. In addition to addressing these common issues, it's important to inspect the electrical system for any signs of corrosion or damage. Corrosion can occur on wiring connections, fuse holders, and other electrical components. It can increase resistance and lead to overheating. Damaged components should be replaced to ensure proper electrical contact and safety. Preventative maintenance is also an important part of electrical safety in older homes. This includes regularly inspecting the electrical system for any signs of problems, such as flickering lights or sparking outlets. It also includes testing ground fault circuit interrupters, or GFCIs, to ensure that they are working properly. Homeowners should also be educated about electrical safety practices, such as avoiding overloading circuits and using extension cords safely. They should also know how to respond to electrical emergencies such as a fire or an electrical shock. When working with electrical systems in older homes, it's important to be aware of the potential for knob and tube wiring. Knob and tube wiring was commonly used in homes built before the 1940s. It consists of single insulated wires supported by ceramic knobs and tubes. Knob and tube wiring can be a safety hazard if it is damaged or improperly modified. It is also not designed to handle the electrical loads of modern appliances. If knob and tube wiring is present, it should be inspected by a qualified electrician. They can determine whether it is safe to continue using or whether it should be replaced. Replacing knob and tube wiring can be a complex and expensive process, but it is often necessary to ensure the safety of the home. When replacing knob and tube wiring, it's important to follow all applicable electrical codes and safety regulations. The new wiring should be properly insulated and grounded. The electrical panel should also be upgraded to accommodate the new wiring. In addition to knob and tube wiring, other outdated electrical systems may be present in older homes. These systems may not meet modern safety standards and should be inspected by a qualified electrician. Some common outdated electrical systems include ungrounded outlets, which do not provide a path for electricity to safely return to the source, and two-wire electrical systems, which do not have a separate grounding wire. Ungrounded outlets can be replaced with grounded outlets, but this requires running a grounding wire back to the service panel. Two-wire electrical systems can be upgraded by adding a grounding wire to each circuit. This can be a complex and expensive process, but it is often necessary to ensure the safety of the home. When upgrading electrical systems in older homes, it's important to consider the overall electrical load. Older homes may not have been designed to handle the electrical loads of modern appliances. Adding new appliances or increasing the electrical load on existing circuits can overload the electrical system and lead to problems. To prevent overloading the electrical system, it may be necessary to add new circuits or upgrade the service panel. This will increase the capacity of the electrical system and allow it to handle the increased electrical load. When working with electrical systems in older homes, it's important to be aware of the potential for rodents and other pests. Rodents can chew on electrical wiring, damaging the insulation and creating a fire hazard. Pests can also nest in electrical panels and other electrical equipment. To prevent rodent and pest infestations, it's important to seal any openings in the building envelope. This will prevent rodents and pests from entering the home. It's also important to keep the electrical system clean and free of debris. This will make it less attractive to rodents and pests. If rodents or pests are present in the electrical system, it's important to have them removed by a qualified pest control professional. They can safely remove the pests and repair any damage they have caused.